up to my spot, and we are now ready to begin. I would like Asmita to let me know how many spaces are available here. I'm going to turn off my, make sure my YouTube stream is not playing. All right, we are ready to begin.
So where shall I sit?
Sarvana, you can sit right on the end there, right by JfR would be great.
Okay, let me get my...
And after Sarvana is in her spot, we shall begin. Asmita, if you would look around and let me know how many spaces are left, you can I am Rhiannon and let her know that some can come over, or I can do that. Okay, and just I am Rhiannon? Okay.
I'm assuming the gentleman beside me is Jay.
Yes, that's JfR, and I'll be introducing him shortly. So welcome, everyone. I believe we're ready to begin. If everyone would take a seat as you're arriving, I would like you to look at the poster that is up behind me. And let me just pan around and see how many are here. Great, we have a lovely audience here. Please hold your questions for the end, and we will have questions. And Sarvana, if you could turn off your mic. Okay. And let Rhiannon know that she can send a few over. Notice that when we talk about NFTs on the slide, there is a contradictory view over authorship by the US and the EU jurisdiction and the conditions the artists had in the recent exhibition. This exhibition was curated by Asmita Duranjaya, and hopefully at the end of our presentation today, you will be able to view some of the amazing cyber art that was assisted by artificial intelligence. Our panelists today are Caro Feyre, JfR, Sarvana, and we have Merit and Asmita who are recording for us. Asmita has organized this panel, and I am serving as moderator. Most of you know that I'm Dr. Valerie Hill, Val Librarian in Virtual Worlds, Director of the Community Virtual Library, supporting the Virtual Worlds Education Consortium. Now, Asmita is not using voice, but I'm going to ask her to feel free to use the local chat as we follow the text right here in local chat in Second Life. I mentioned Merit is recording, and hopefully you can see this presentation on the YouTube live stream. Our first panelist is sitting here to my left, Caro Feyre. Caro Feyre was born in the UK. She started her career as an actress and then ran a preschool playgroup. She raised 3 kids, was a photographer and an installation artist. She has a BA and Master of Arts in Photography and Multimedia. Caro discovered virtual worlds 15 years ago on discovering their potential for creativity. The only limitations being your imagination and the ability to make it happen. She's done the Second Life birthday events and Burning Man events since 2009. And then she entered OpenSim, and now the OS Grid is her home, from where she does numerous OpenSim events and has an empire of her own. Caro does not have voice activated, so I will speak for Caro, and this is her presentation, starting now. Hello, everyone. This is my first experience with AI and art. Well, almost any AI. And it was through Asmita. She asked me to take part in the exhibition Cyber AI as Artistic Assistants, hosted at Rockcliffe University. We could use DALL-E, Mid-Journey, or Stable Diffusion, and had to use cyber in the title. I accepted with trepidation. We were not allowed to upload other pictures into the AI rendering, but we were allowed to add prims to the final picture and an animation. This was to make the final exhibition our own art. I chose to use DALL-E, partly because it was free, but also it looked less intimidating on first investigation, and it came with a certain amount of credits for generating pictures, 4 at the time. I had a vague idea of what image I wanted and started telling the AI. The results were confusing at first, and some were vaguely reminiscent of other images. Having exhausted my free generations very fast, not very successfully, I bought another pack. Not expensive. I watched some YouTube videos with tips on how to use the program. My words were cybo hero, central, holding the world. I discovered that by putting 3D in front of the cyber superhero, it made it stand out. I tried a few in the style of other artists, but quickly decided they weren't my picture, but borrowed. The more detailed the sequence, the better the results, like holding the world in his hands. It seems the vocabulary is limited. I had trouble getting a complete figure in the center. Central, that didn't do it either. And center kind of did, but to the side or above. In the end, I got the right result. From 3D cyber superhero holding the world in his hands. Complete figure in the center of the picture against a backdrop of dark clouds and a rainbow. I tried to make it add fire on one side at the bottom and water on the other, but got strange results. So decided I could use my prims for that. My second picture was 3D cyber cat in the center of the picture, eating spaghetti against a background of a smart restaurant full of people. Not bad results, but I wanted more, so I added full of horrified people. I just got horrified expressions on the cat face, so scrapped that idea. Then I tried to make it add thought bubbles for the cat, enclosing a mouse. I then did variations on that picture. The resulting images were gibberish, not good results. So again, I decided to use my prims for that. Having finished my exhibit pictures as an art experiment, I then got the AI to add thought bubbles, enclosing the mice as an uploaded texture. But it didn't look as good as the prim ones, and all variations were very bad. The word art has many forms. 3D, as in sculpture, pottery, carvings, 2D paintings, drawings, and photography, but it all springs from one mind and the individual's interpretation of their experiences. So I have come to the conclusion that this is a collaboration between the artist and the AI. The artist has the initial idea, maybe born from within their own experiences, and then has to communicate with the right words to the AI in order to get the image or result they envisioned. But also, the AI has acquired its knowledge from vast databases of images. Thus, the AI becomes the go-between for the original images and the artist's words making the final picture. So it is a three-way collaboration, unlike painting or photography, which is purely the artist's work and interpretation of feeling. Very different. So there needs to be a separate category for art generated by an AI. And artists' original works need to be protected from AI. I can see for some uses it could be good. Book illustrations maybe, and others like posters, flyers, etc. I might well use an AI-generated picture as part of a backdrop, or part of a larger art installation, or even as a texture on a prim. I found the program to be a bit frustrating, and I kept wanting to move to Photoshop after getting the results. I am not sure I would use this form of art as art. Not much, but will continue to experiment and play with it, but not as a pure art picture. For me, the pictures generated by AI are very clever, but they lack soul. All my art has echoes of memories mixed with fantasy, and no AI can get inside my head. Yet. That was from Caro. Thank you, Caro. Very interesting story about how you have explored AI-generated art as an artist. And we thank you, Caro. And our next panelist is JfR. And I've been trying to fix my AO, which is hard to do while you're presenting, so I know if I'm looking weird, just ignore my jumpy avatar. So for JfR, JfR Beaumont, cross-media artist, hashtag AI, AR, VR, RL. Here's his website, JfRArt.com. Jean-Francois Reviard, hope I said that right, aka JfR, is a Swiss contemporary artist. In Switzerland, right now it's snowing there. This is a very global panel. He's known for his innovative approach to art and his pioneering work in web television and virtual worlds. He has gained international recognition through his participation in prestigious art fairs and exhibitions around the world, including the Zurich Art Fair and events in Berlin, Paris, London, and Tokyo. JfR's most recent works introduce the use of artificial intelligence and 3D printing in his art, as well as the incorporation of augmented reality, AR, in a series called multidimensional art. These cutting-edge technologies allow Reviard to create truly unique and immersive art experiences that challenge traditional notions of what is possible in the art world. In addition to his work in web television and virtual worlds, Reviard is also known for his use of traditional mediums such as painting and sculpture in art. He often combines these mediums with new technologies to create a fusion of the old and the new, which has earned him a reputation as a forward-thinking artist who is not afraid to push the boundaries of traditional art forms. Overall, Jean-Francois Reviard is a talented and innovative artist who is constantly exploring new ways to create and share his art with the world. His use of artificial intelligence, 3D printing, augmented reality in his most recent works is a testament to his dedication to pushing the boundaries of traditional art forms and introducing new technologies into the art world. Now I will turn the mic over to you, JfR.
Hello, thanks for this nice presentation. Well, what a subject. It's so enormous, so big to speak about all these new things. And of course, all this history bringing us to these new things and in this new era. I am an old digital creator. I like to define myself as a cross-media maker, picture maker. And because I use several tools since the 80s, first videos, painting, and after videos I'm using web TV, and after web TV it's coming other things, and now we are with NFTs and AI and so on, so on, so. For me, there is no change by the fact, because for me the main story, the ADN, the DNA of this is art. And what is this? What is it? I also will say that it's a way of life first. And we are in a confused era because there is so many people making art, but maybe it's only just hobbies and things. It's so confused. But first we need to say what is art, to define art. What is it? It's a concept, it's an idea, it's a word or a drawing or something. What is the beginning of art? Where is the beginning of your art? What push you to make art? What push you to create? This is the main question. And after, you have the problem to make a transcription of your ideas, your concept, and your statement into something real. Because for me there is no difference between reality, virtual reality, augmented reality. There is one word, reality. Reality is what we made. And we use different tools for that. We use AR, we use VR, we use pencil, we use many things. And when you have defined the birth of your art, the beginning of your art, you can decide to use this tool or this tool in order to contact other people or to be viewing by some people who are inside Second Life or are inside other metaverse or inside the reality also in normal gallery, because there is always normal gallery, there is always art fair, there is always people visiting the studio of the artist. And the reality is made now with many different levels. You choose your level and you choose the tools you need to be inside the level you choose to show your art. This is so simple. Machine, they don't do art. For me, it's clear. Photoshop, if I open Photoshop in my screen, nothing happens. If I open Dale or any AI platform, nothing happened. I need to introduce an idea, I need to introduce something coming from me, because nothing happened if you have the most beautiful pastel in front of a white canvas, nothing happened. It's the same for AI and NFTs and NFTs. It's very simple for me. NFT is a gallery in order to show your art very simply inside the digital world, the digital world. No difficulties. You put your pictures, you have a very simple open scene, everybody can use it. It's so simple. You put your picture on it, you make a price. It's like inside a normal gallery. You put your picture on the wall and you make a price. It's the same. It's clearly, for me, the same. It's only just the support we change. And we can speak during hours and hours, is it art or not art? Art, it's coming from the brain of human first. If you don't have brain, and AI don't have brain, it's only just some tools for making some research. It's a big Google. It's it's just a big Google. And if I repeat always to people, if you bring AI is the most incredible, perfect AI tool on your computer, nothing happened. You don't have at the end of the night something, painting or pictures or something. You need to bring first your brain. And this is a big problem because we make a confusion. We need to stay back and to go back the beginning of this. Our brain, we are human. We have the capabilities, the power of make intervention on the real. This is an artist make intervention on the reality and bring it to the other people. This is so simple if you see that like this. You can draw, you can take a white page and you draw your idea, your word, and after you can go to AI, to NFT, to what you want. It's not a problem. But first, you need culture, you need to read, you need to think, you need to talk with people, you need to go to nature to take inspiration from nature, you need to see different civilization, different way of thinking in order to create. And this is not made by machine. A machine bring you nothing. It's only just an help. We never say art generated by pastel. We don't say art generated by oil paint by oil. We don't say art generated by paint by the stone. It's like you put a stone on your garden. You can wait months and months, nothing happens. You don't have a Rodin sculpture or something like that. You don't have art. It's only just a stone. And AI and NFTs and everything, it's only just stone that we use, like in the primal way of making art, like the first people making art. We have two stones and we make fire, and with fire we can take some black things in order to make something on the wall and to create. But first there is stone, and we need to find how we can use stone. But for this we need idea. I saw so many things without idea. Beautiful is not meaning that there is idea behind, or concept, or statement, or culture, or the work of knowledge and education and things like that. Most of the things I see, it's not so interesting. It's not touching me. It's beautiful. There is beautiful picture. There is beautiful things made by AI, Photoshop, and of course we need to be clear. It's not so simple. If you want beautiful picture like the most well-known artist of AI, you need Photoshop, you need many other software in order to do this kind of things. It's never do only just with AI, with some word you put inside. Sometimes it's days and days of research, of word, of things like that. It's not so simple. Art needs time on the brain first. Without brain, no art. That's my point of view.
Wonderful.
Like that.
Thank you so much, JfR. It's fascinating, your take on art and the human brain. And we thank you for that. Our next panelist is Sarvana. She has been working with NFTs. Sally S. Cherry of Cherry Consulting Network is a medical laboratory scientist specializing in 3D immersive virtual worlds, development, and STI laboratory methods training. She specializes as a 3D immersive virtual worlds community content creator and a healthcare social media consultant. So I'll give you her profile on LinkedIn. Sarvana is going to talk to us about NFTs and get us thinking about how that relates to AI-assisted art and the future of all this technology. Sarvana?
Well, good afternoon. Good afternoon. As you stated, I'm a medical laboratory scientist, so the scientist in me sees NFTs as tools. And I'm listening to and I see the wonderful art that's created. So I see NFTs as a tool to get this art into the world for whatever purpose, maybe purpose to show, maybe purpose to sell. But the number one question that always comes to me is, what is an NFT? Basically, NFT is short for non-fungible token. A non-fungible token is basically a unique, non-interchangeable unit of data, art, maybe a photograph, maybe a painting, but this is non-interchangeable. And basically it's put on a blockchain, it's stored on a blockchain, And that's usually a question comes with the blockchain. And I tell people, visualize blocks of data. Think of a child's play blocks stacked together, linked together with the data. And they're linked wherein you cannot take these blocks apart without damaging the previous block because they are linked together, thus forming a chain. That's where the term blockchain comes from. Basically, blocks of data about the digital media that was introduced to the blockchain. Purchased with cryptocurrency has each item has a unique identification code and the metadata that distinguishes it from each other. And this is part of the linkage. But one thing that the NFT does, especially after you've then created this wonderful art, it links the ownership to that unique digital or even physical work. Some people may do physical work and they take images of it or may take prints of it. They can also create an NFT. NFTs can be traded or exchanged. Cannot be traded or exchanged one for another at equal in value. Wherein with a fungible token, which is a good old US dollar or whatever your national currency is, $1 equals $1. Whatever your other currency may be, it equals for equals. 1 equals 1. When with an NFT, it does not change, and you cannot interchange it there. But one thing I want to get in, I know my time is a little short here. I just want a couple of things I stress. If you're looking to use the NFTs, and look at the NFTs, there's been a lot of talk about NFTs. NFTs is a tool. The whole process, the whole of creating an NFT, that's a tool to get the masterpieces, the artwork out there. For whatever purpose you want to get out there, for social good, for fundraising, for promoting a particular mission. The NFTs I created NFTs about Save the Monarch Butterflies, which is an endangered species. But for whatever purpose you want to use the NFT as a tool to show the real showcase, the real creation of the artist. Now, a lot of times when you put your digital media out there, people cut and paste, copy and paste, and what have you. But with NFT art, it comes with a digital certificate. It's one of the advantages of the NFT. When you mint that NFT, you create a digital certificate that reflects the ownership of that creative digital art. Now, I'm going to go couple major steps here, and I hope I don't go too fast, but I want to cover these real quickly. Creating the NFT. You want to, I cannot stress this enough, do your homework. There's a lot of research. You research and ask questions. Focus on or think about the target audience that you're trying to reach or want to present your artwork to. Different folks, different strokes for different folks. Every blockchain may not fit your artwork or the level of your artwork or the subjects of your artwork. So do your homework, research, and ask questions about the NFTs and the blockchains. Then you decide on a blockchain, and there's several blockchains, and basically this is the mechanism of the process with the process in the NFT. You may have a proof of works. You may have a proof of stake, and there's several other types of blockchains, but you want to decide which blockchain you want to use to mint your NFT. Then you're going to decide on which of your digital media, maybe for photograph, artwork, that you want to put on the blockchain, that you want to create to put on the blockchain. Create your media, or maybe already created. But when I said, whenever you put it up there, tell the story. Too often I see people put up artwork and just a picture. Okay, you're taking away from the picture. I want to know, what is the story? Because it's not just using that platform, the blockchain, just to get the picture out there. You want to bring life to that picture, to the blockchain. You want to tell the story. So you use that description, and you get the opportunity when you mint your NFT to write a description. I said your description should tell the story of your digital media. Was it created to benefit a social mission? Was it created to bring awareness to endangered species? Was it put it to bring awareness to a war-torn country? Was it presented to raise funds? Was it created to raise funds for a nonprofit? Tell the story. Give additional life, of you already bred life into the artwork, but give additional life to your artwork, because the NFT is just another it's another way to get that out there so people can see your creations. Once you've created your story for your digital artwork, purchase the cryptocurrency that is accepted on the desired blockchain that you're using. And then you're going to choose a marketplace. Now, this is at the end here. I have a link. I'm sure some of you have already come across it. There's a recommended resource I'll share with you at the very bottom. But you want to choose a marketplace to mint, exhibit, and sell your NFTs. Set up a wallet compatible to the desired blockchain. You can be connecting your wallet to the desired NFT market. Then you're going to upload. They're saying like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There's quite a few steps, but once you get the flow of setting up an NFT or creating an NFT, it's just almost an automatic thing. You're going to upload that digital media. You're going to add the requested information. They'll add certain things, how many you want to sell. Most people will sell one of one. I've seen some will sell in multiples, but the one of one usually has the most value, will go for the most value. Because especially if you have an original, I do want to sell it as one of one, but it really depends on the type of artwork. There's some generated artwork that people have sold multiple copies of them. You set the price, you set the number of editions you want to sell, and another thing that you set as an artist, you set the percentage for royalties. Because one thing when you put your artwork on the blockchain as an NFT, it may sell once. Someone may sell it a second time, may sell it a third time. Each time that artwork sells, that royalty comes back. Whatever you decide, maybe 10%, 15%, 20%, or whatever, that comes back to you, the creator. Once you establish when you met that digital media, the royalties that you want to get, that's something that just comes back to you. You don't have to work about a middleman. It comes back to the creator. Once you create your NFT and confirm the creation, make sure it's confirmed, because sometimes, oh wow, it's up there, and you step away. You want to make sure you get a confirmation that it was created, that it has been locked on that blockchain. Now the fun part comes, and just I always tell people, you have a grand opening, have a party, have a celebration, make an announcement. You want to promote and share the information about your artwork that you have made and that you have minted into an NFT. Tell about its purpose. Have a grand opening. I have a gallery in Kitely where I exhibit artwork from artists from around the globe, and it's all linked to. Although I'm not, Kitely's not on the blockchain, but the NFTs are linked to the blockchains. They have a link so someone can come in, look at the gallery, see the artwork, and they can click on it, and they're taken right to the marketplace. And this is, you can be on the blockchain and promote your artwork. You can be in a 3D virtual world that's not on the blockchain and still promote your artwork. But the most important thing is seeing the NFT process as a valuable platform, quotation mark, tool to share your artwork to the world, to offer your artwork to the world. You may just want to show it. You may just want to sell it. Some people have even given some of their artwork away. I have a colleague in the UK. He creates amazing artwork, and he gives away in airdrops because he's in for the creation. But one thing I want to close out here with, Val, is one of the recommended, and I can put this in when I'm able to put this in the chat, Val.
Yes, and then we need to move forward. If you drop that in the chat, people will be able to access it there. Thank you so much.
The last thing I'd like to say is I highly recommend, if those of you who are not aware of it, I'm sure a lot of you are aware of it, online, one of the recommended resources to artists is called The Artist. It's theartist.me/text, and I will direct you straight to where they did a nice piece on what is NFT art, and I will put that link into the chat right now. It's not coming. I may have to get the chat is.
Okay, and while you're putting that into the chat, I will mention.
I am going to give it to you because it's not,
Sure.
the chat is not popping up.
Okay, you can drop that to me, and I'll explain that our next panelist, Rhiannon, is over at the Nonprofit Commons, so she will not be here speaking with us, but they are watching the live stream. And thank you so much. Oh, I see it. You put it in the local chat. It's theartist.me. What is NFT art? And Rhiannon had done an amazing session for the Open Sim conference on AI generated art. So a lot of people are exploring these applications, and we will be dropping some links to AI art generation apps after our question and answer period. I'd like to invite these panelists to respond to each other. Perhaps you have different things that you might want to address about being an artist and the use. When Carol was talking about how not yet has she really come to terms with how the artist utilizes AI and separates it from your own work, and same with JfR. So if you have any questions for each other, you can use voice or you can use local chat to ask questions. Okay, and I can give you the link to the OSCC video that I just mentioned to you, The Art of AI, that Rhiannon is sharing. I'll grab that link. So did you have anything in response to Sarvana or Caro, JfR, that you'd like to mention? I wanted to open it up to you panelists first before we take questions from the audience. Thank you, Sarvana, for those links in chat. And you all might want to save those for later. And as well, I'm putting the Google document and the YouTube video from a session from the Open Sim conference called the Art of AI Workshop. And I'll ask Rhiannon to put those into the local chat where that group is. And so I'll pull those out of the chat right now. And also, Asmita is our organizer. If you have anything you'd like to put in local chat, feel free to type. And I'm just waiting to see if the panelists have any response for each other on thinking about the future of AI, art, and NFTs. Please feel free to use voice or local chat, and I will read it for the recording. I think JfR is typing. So it's just a fascinating time to think about how AI is impacting our lives in so many ways with art. And Asmita says JfR has a very nice gallery for NFTs. He might give us that link.
Yes, I just give the link of NFT galleries. Because as I said, Savannah, what's very interesting, and you know, to present also your art, your NFT art, and the system of a virtual gallery with OnCyber, for example. There is many other platforms for that. And it's very interesting because you build, as inside Second Life, you build your gallery and you can show your NFTs and directly make link to the NFT and to sell it, and it's a very efficient way of showing NFT, for example, because rien du tout, because nothing. I don't finish my sentences, sorry.
And you have a global audience too.
Yes, this is the interest. This is a way of it's for me it's like gallery, but it's not the same public that you have inside the gallery. You have other people, you have other kind of people, and you have most of them are very young and very involved with this digital era. They are born with it, and it's a good way to have contact with this kind of public. And it's very important as an artist to be in contact and to show your art in the different part of people, because there is so many bubbles now. There is the same phenomena with music. You know, at the beginning, music there is producer and disc fab and so and so. Now you can do everything, and you can make your success on TikTok. TikTok also for all this kind of digital art is very interesting. If you can test it, it's a very interesting way also to show digital art. Of course, you need to find the good way of showing it on this kind of social network. But as I said, there is no bad tools. There is many bad art, but no bad tools for showing art. And it's as I said, it's a way of life. You need to be aware of everything. You need to think a lot about what is your message finally, because there is so many things. The message is the key for make the difference. There is not only just an aesthetical way of showing things and some aesthetical better than other. The message, what we want to say to the other, it's very important for me, because we are in an era where we need to change the world, and all this kind of tool, with all this kind of tool, we can change the world by sending message in some bottle. It's my way of thinking. It's my way of life, of course. But I think it's very important for artists to be a part of this big challenge, and we have tools for doing that. I know the era when there is only just gallery, it was so difficult to show things. Maybe it was more easier finally, because you go to the gallery, you put your pictures on the desk, and you say, "This is what I do." Terminate. You like it or you don't like it. Now we are obliged to put the picture on different desks and different way of making art. Personally, I make a lot of installation because I believe of this. I make installation with AR, augmented reality, using also video projection and mapping and 3D printing and things like that. Because most of the people, they are very involved with this kind of different level of watching art. You have TV, you have your phone, you have, and it's very interesting when you make, for example, augmented reality, to see the people having for the first time something new inside their box, their phone, and discovering new dimension by fact. It's very interesting experimentation. Yes, but my question would be, how can we bring SL installation to the NFT blockchain?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a fascinating time, and how we can do that. I see that Asmita is asking a question and says that if you have a question, click on the ball in front of me and you'll be able to ask your question. And she's asking, how can we bring Second Life installations to the NFT blockchain?
What is Second Life first? What is an installation inside Second Life? It's you can translate it in with 3D printing, with many other things. You can make video, you can make many things. For me, it's I use, for example, sometimes some animation inside Second Life in order to make video art. There is no border between. The problem is that if you build something only just for Second Life, of course it's difficult, because your mind is configured only just inside Second Life. But if you have make beautiful things, or no judgment, but you need to ask to yourself, what can I do? You can make 3D printing from the object for mesh, for example, and so you use a ZBrush or many other Blender or things like that, and you can print it, for example. You can print it and make an exhibition inside other place. You can make beautiful pictures and use the AI to have the version of it and bring it inside on like an NFT also. You can make so many things. There is no border. If you think about border, you are lost. There is no border.
Asmita is also kind of questioning collada files and the different file formats and how they might affect being able to bring in AI and into art installations.
For me, actually, I work a lot of variation with AI, and I make some sculpture in digital file first, and after this sculpture I print it, I make it a real object, I put it inside nature, for example. You feel that there is different level. First computer, after real object, and after the real object coming inside nature, making picture of this object, making video of this object inside nature. It's an example, huh? But I use a lot of this kind of concept of statement. And after I have pictures of the object inside nature, I ask to the AI to make version of this object inside nature. Of course, working by trying to have another dimension of this object inside nature. It's really a work on finding new dimension of the real object inside nature, for example. And I have picture at the end. Okay, this picture I can put it inside like an NFT or something like that. I can put it inside my installation with the real object in front, for example, and augmented reality to see the the real object inside nature. You have 3 or 4 different levels, and it's very immersive for this kind of exhibition. People are very inside something, because they use the phone to see the dimension of nature. There is very many tricky things like that.
Right, right. And I see a question from P, who speaks Spanish, and she says, I've played with some of the AI tools, but my results are not bad, but they aren't what I expected. Do you think there's a language gap? She says, she speaks Spanish. What about that?
This is you have the most good result. Of course, you need to have connected your language and your idea. This is because this is a question of semantic, and sometimes it's like to go from 2D to 3D. You need to have your idea, and to bring it in with word, your idea needs to be translated. It's a sort of translation. And of course, if you use language, that of course all these kind of tools I've made for natural language, English natural language, most of them. And the base is all the database are, most of them are based also with English natural language, American natural language, and it's better. It's because you need to, as I said, it's a real work to have good results with AI. And after, when you have a good work, for most of the time also you need to go through with other software if you want to have a perfect result. But of course, this is a question of finding the good semantic of your ideas. By fact, I see if I can help to broke this border of language. You need to find the right word in front of your idea. And with that, you can play a lot. You need to make several variation to have a good result. Most of people who have success with AI and this kind of pictures, they are very well. They have high level of digital work with many software, many things. But for me, the first step is the language, of course. Yes, for the language is very important, Because if you have another translation, for example, if you speak Spanish and the AI need to translate Spanish to find inside the database some recurrence and so and so. I don't know the word in all the word in English. You see, the words are the key everywhere. But with
Yes.
with this kind of machine, the idea need to be clear. You need to wrote first. You wrote, you find the occurrency, you find everything, and you need to learn how to wrote by fact
Yes.
in front of your idea. It's very important. We'd
And
never say about that, but
it's so fascinating that we're not only talking about AI and the generating apps that it has, which I'll put some in the local chat. Here's a lot of the applications that people can try out, but we're also talking about NFTs, so it's a lot of information to take in. And I wanted to just ask one question about NFTs because I'm really trying to wrap my understanding of them. Would you say that our use of Second Life lindens is similar to NFTs? And maybe Sally, is it a similar thing to use lindens?
I don't have understand all the question personally, but if Savannah have understand.
Well, our currency here being a virtual currency, being paying for objects with lindens, are NFTs different or are they similar?
No, it's different because we need to say something about NFT very clearly. There is money behind. There is a lot of money. It's a question also of money behind, because there is investor. They buy some NFTs only just to make money with the NFTs, like in the normal art. You know, if there is collector, there is two sorts of collectors. Collector who are very involved and love art and artists and so, and there is collector who want to make money with your art. NFT is the same. You need to spend some money to put your NFT in good place. You need to spend some money. You need to, it's a business by fact. It's like a normal gallery. It's a business. Right. It's not so idyllic. It's a business. Most of the people, they don't sell any NFTs. There is many people who don't sell NFTs. And actually, there is a big problem because we are in the big crash of the NFT bubble. With crypto and things, and it's a real problem, but it's normal. For me, it's normal. You know, I don't want to make the old guys, but when I make web TV, first time I say we can put TV on the web, everybody say, oh, no way, it's not possible technically, blah 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 blah. Okay, I make TV on the web in '97. Okay, I was one of the first in Europe to do that. And after there is a big, everybody put money on a startup, on web TV and things, and after everything again crash. And after the crash, it's coming back, and now there is Google after and things, and it's growing up. And now we are in the crash era of NFT and crypto. But maybe in 1 or 2 years, it's coming back again and high up again. But we need to be clear. It costs money to make a real business in NFT because you need to invest in the good platform, to pay some gas, to pay etc. 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 It's not so open, free, new system against bank. Because most of the people who have invested inside blockchain, it's huge investment. It's huge farms of computer and things. It's millions and billions of dollars who invest on it. It's not only just you put your NFT and yeah, okay. No, you have more chance to put your art inside a very well famous gallery in New York or in Paris, and but real gallery also, not gallery you pay for being inside. But real gallery with a seller and things, you have more chance to sell something than in OpenSea to put all your pictures on the platform.
And I can see that Sally is
there is two way of making art also. It's your
Right.
job. It's you live with your art or you don't live with your art. If you want to live with your art, there is no secret. There is no secret. It's need investment. It needs work, and it's need to be very clear and to work a lot for that.
Right.
If you don't have to buy your new car with your NFTs, no problem. But if you
And
want to buy new car with your NFTs, you need to invest. You need to make like it's making also in professional art. Some professional artists, some friends buy the picture for upgrading the coach of the art and blah blah blah. There is so many. It's a huge business, and NFT also. It's a huge business. It depends of what you want. If you want only just to show your art and to share it with your friends and share it with some people who come and discover your art. Yeah, no problem. If you have
right.
the idea of making money, it's finished.
Can you see
I
in the local chat that Sally was just saying that the difference in Second Life, the lindens are fungible tokens and they are not, they're not based on blockchain. And then as Mita is saying, bringing up the copyright issues involved. So we have to think about copyright, the origin of the art, as well as NFTs understanding that they're blockchain, where lindens are not based on blockchain, correct?
Yeah, but copyright of art, it's a big debate also. Uh, you can stress about somebody can copy my art and things and blah blah blah. I am not obsessed by that. Frankly speaking, I don't care about that because I think that if I am copied, it's an honor. It's great because I'm very famous if I am copied, and most of the big master they are copy, and when you are copy, it's that you have make something very good,
Right,
and
right.
you need to be some. Yes, I don't care about that. Of course, but copyright. Sorry, but NFTs. When you sell a painting or a sculpture, even if it's a 3D sculpture or things like that, you give to the guys who buy it a certificate of authenticity. Okay, it's a paper, and you put it, you sign, you put all the information, and it's a certificate of authenticity that the art is selling to these guys and blah 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 and things. And if you make it on the rules are like this when you sell to collectors. What is NFTs? It's a digital certificate of authenticity. That's it. It's nothing more. It's just a digital certificate of authenticity. Tomorrow, when there is the Gauguin of this digital era in 100th century, it costs millions of dollars, billions of dollars. We use blockchain to find the certificate of authenticity. And some people make fake certificate of authenticity. Like every time in the art, there is people making fake. There is people wanting to make money with fake Gauguin or fake Renoir or fake everybody. It's the same in 1 century. There is people. We see that there is attack, hacker attack on blockchain. There is hack attack on your wallet. There is when you are very aware of all these kind of things. There is attack. There is it's not secure at 100%. It
Yes,
doesn't
yes.
exist.
And we
And
do need to look in the local chat and see if any of the audience has come up with another question for us. And I do see that Sarvana has been talking a little bit in the chat about there's always that negative side in the process. And as Mita is saying that many artists have left the virtual worlds because of some of these problems with copyright issues. Sarvana is saying it's always good to check the fine print, which a third-party software used while creating their digital media. Oh, as Mita meant they've left Second Life because of copyright issues in a proprietary company. And so there's all of those issues behind the scene. And Bevan is saying, this is really interesting. I'm looking to see if there's any other questions from the audience. And Asmita, feel free to let us know how we can wrap this up. I know it's a lot of information to take in, how art is being impacted by technology, artificial intelligence, and NFTs. And I hope that we can have another session on this after we've let this soak in and we can better understand. So did you have anything else, Sarvana? I see your mic is on. Did you have something else to say?
No, what I wanted to just state, just reminding people, when you're signed up for Second Life or whatever digital platform you may be using, read the terms of service, the terms of that's stated by that party, because sometimes they will state anything that's created using that software, and basically it's the software that we're using that software is their property. So that's one of the reasons why it's always good to check out the terms of use and the various other conditions that's connected to the software that you're using, especially if you want to create something within using that particular tool, that particular property. They create the software, anything that software creates belong to them. Okay, know that up front so you know where to create your work at. And I just want to get back real quick on someone mentioned about the Second Life lindens. In this community, the Second Life linden is our fungible token. That is our currency within this community. Just like in the United States, the US dollar is that currency. In another country, the euro is that currency and what have you. So whatever that community is, that currency, that's your fungible token. Just like with the US dollar, it's our fungible token, but if I convert, go somewhere else, it might not have the same value in another place. But in that community, that's that fungible token. That's the same thing. Like I said, NFTs is non-fungible tokens. A dollar equals a dollar when it comes to fungible, but an NFT will not have that, cannot be exchanged like that. This was exciting. Thank you for the invite to speak.
Yes, thank you to all of our panelists. As I said, it's so much to take in, and it's really quite fascinating to think how art will change. Thank you, Asmita, for bringing this amazing art panel and also the artwork that is down below. If anyone wants to stay after and head down below us, the floor below us has some of the AI generated artwork that Asmita has curated here for us in Second Life. So thanks again, and thank you to those recording and for those who were over at the Nonprofit Commons also chatting about AI-assisted art and NFTs. Goodbye, everyone.